Real estate FOMO. Do you have it? See if you pass my FOMO test. Stay tuned. Promise you, it'll be worth it. Good day, Toronto. Welcome to another episode of Prime Property. So glad you could join me here. FOMO, the fear of missing out. This is a very common occurrence of why people do anything in life, whether it's buying real estate or going to a party you don't want to go to, or you just don't want to miss out. The fear of it. For parties, you want to be part of the memories and the stories that people talk about for the rest of their lives, right? For real estate, you just want to be the guy not getting rich while sitting on the sidelines, right? This all stems from fear of missing out. I've heard of stories of people buying into pre-construction projects because of the marketing hype the builders generate, which they are good at, and it is very true. Or how a friend is investing in right now, and now their other friends want a piece because they've made money, right? In both situations, that person needs to do their due diligence before they buy anything, right? They don't want to FOMO into it. And I'm going to see if you're going to pass my FOMO test. This here right now is my ultimate FOMO test for real estate. If you do not know why you are buying a property, you clearly are making a decision based on FOMO. I always circle back to this concept of investing in real estate with a purpose. Link up here if you want. If you don't know why you're doing something, you are FOMO into it or being pressured, and neither is good. So you have to ask yourself why, many times, so that you understand your purpose of why you're doing it. Now, this is the type of real estate content you enjoy. Make sure to help us spread the knowledge by smashing the like button and subscribing to the Prime Property channel, because every week we talk about real estate content, even though sometimes it's a little bit less real estate related, but this real talk about FOMO is because I want to be transparent and honest to actually talk you out of it or talk you into it if it does make sense. Because whenever you're ready, we want you to be like, oh, you know what, Zen, he's giving good advice for what I'm trying to do, and I don't want to actually be pressured or FOMO into something. So you can book a call with me if that's you using this link on the screen. So back to saying about FOMO, it's a very common human behavior. It's notorious in what I call my Asian auntie circle, and I'm going to share this story to explain. It's very common for Chinese moms, Asian auntie circles, who don't work and spend a lot of time over dim sum and play a game called mahjong. If my Asian people will know. In many instances, one would do something in real estate, like they talk about pre-con over mahjong or dim sum that they bought, and it propagates to the entire Asian auntie circle because the Asian auntie circle wants to do everything together and nobody wants to be left out. Think Mean Girls, right? But obviously, I've benefited from Asian auntie circle before because when one of them buys, they all buy, right? So I've had bulk buys from Asian auntie circles, but nothing against that. But I've seen this happen many countless times. It's like Mean Girls, but with money. It's really, really ridiculous, but it does happen. So I've seen this kind of like human behavior many, many times before, and nothing quite illustrates this behavior more than this story I'm going to share with you. I don't know why it resonates with me. It's stuck in my head, right? But I was at a grocery store looking for a very, very specific type of spice to make a very, very specific type of Viet dish with my wife, like a noodle soup. And after finding it, we loaded up on it because it's hard to find, and it's a pack of spice, so we had like 10 plus in it. And since it would last long, we're like, whatever, we'll just buy. But we had a lot of people circling around us, like 5 people started circling around us, wondering why we bought so many packs of spice, like 10 plus, right? Curious to see if it's a deal, if they're missing out on it. That right there is the definition of human behavior of FOMO, right? We were just buying spices to make a noodle soup. So if you don't know why you're making a noodle soup or what we're doing with the spice, why are you doing the same thing in real estate? Why are you buying real estate? If you don't know why you're buying it. In the story I just told you, we were just buying spices to make a Viet noodle soup. If you don't know why you're buying real estate, you shouldn't buy it. Like, we were just looking for a spice mix to buy noodle soup, and we had people circling around us. You don't even know what soup we're making, right? So human behavior is just weird. My point here is to really help you think critically, assess the big decisions that you are making right now by investing hundreds of thousands of dollars into something just by following the herd mentality and doing it because you don't want to be the odd one out. Right? This is why people ask me for investment advice and they always worry about the crash. They don't understand how to mitigate risk or understand the underlying fundamentals that I provide to them with proper strategies. And I tell them, even though I give you my secrets, they scoff it off because it's so against the grain, unconventional, and not with the herd mentality. This is especially true with anyone who has FOMO, who just buys things based on media headlines. It makes no sense. People don't buy when there's a deal, but when prices go up, they buy. It's so ridiculous. It's just FOMO, right? So in my experience, those who follow the headlines are literally the last ones to get in, right? And are left corner holding the bag, right? I hate saying this because if there is a first mover's advantage almost in almost everything, well, you want to get in first, which generally is usually against the grain, and you usually win in those cases, except for pre-con, but video for a different day. So in my experience, once the media starts talking about it, it's way too popular. This was the case with a lot of restaurants that blow up from a lot of like public service, not PR, public relations, like PR on the news press, and their service drops because too much demand. It's the same with cities that the media deems as great investment cities, right? This happened with Guelph post-pandemic. Prices shot right up, right? So when you're making a decision that's going to cost you a few $100,000 or an investment that's $1 million, make sure you understand logically what you're doing and the underlying reason why you're doing it. So if you're looking to explore whether you have real estate FOMO, even in addition to what you just watched, and a more of a logical, data-driven approach to whether you should buy real estate, you can book a call with me using the link right here. It's www.chaozan.com. Until next time, your move, your future. Now that you're done watching this one, how about this one? Oh, you know what? This one's good too. Ooh, this one's really good. You know what? Just watch them both.